Good day everyone, I am G4-Leoncio and I will tell you about what happened on the Cavite Mutiny year 1872 but in a different perspective. I will be discussing the Spanish version of this written by the Spanish historian Jose Montero y Vidal. He wrote about the Cavite Mutiny of 1872 in his book Historia General de Filipinas, published in 1895. However, some historians criticized his account because it was biased and favored the Spanish government. According to critics, Montero y Vidal exaggerated the event and presented it as a large rebellion against Spanish rule. According to Jose Montero y Vidal, the mutiny happened during the administration of Governor Rafael de Izquierdo. According to him, the Cavite Mutiny was not just a small protest. He described it as a large conspiracy or rebellion by Filipino soldiers and civilians who wanted to overthrow the Spanish government in the Philippines. In his version, he claimed that the mutiny was influenced by the spread of liberal and revolutionary ideas from Spain, such as democracy and republicanism, which encouraged some Filipinos to think about independence. Now let's look at the Spanish perspective. Spanish authorities believed that the mutiny was a dangerous revolt against Spanish rule. They blamed Filipino soldiers, workers, and some members of the native clergy for planning an uprising. The Spanish government also believed that the removal of privileges from workers in the Cavite arsenal, such as exemption from paying tribute and forced labor, caused anger among the workers and soldiers, which contributed to the mutiny. Before the mutiny happened, Spanish authorities supposedly received anonymous warnings that revolt would occur when Spanish ships left Cavite. The plan of the rebels, according to Montero y Vidal, was to kill Spanish officers, government officials, and friars. The signal for the revolt was supposed to be rockets fired from the walls of Manila, January 20, 1872. Fireworks from a religious celebration in Sampaloc were mistaken as a signal to start the rebellion. Because of this confusion, about 200 soldiers led by the Sergeant La Madrid started the uprising in Cavite, attacked the fort, and killed the Spanish commander. The Spanish troops later suppressed the revolt quickly. The incident had a strong connection to Comburza and the Ilustrados. After the mutiny, Spanish authorities accused several Filipino priests of being involved, including Fathers Mariano Gomez, Jose Burgos, and Jacinto Zamora, also known as Comburza.
Pinisete kami lahat! Bakit kami kailangan mamatay na ganito?
On February 17, 1872 at Bagumbayan, they were executed. Their execution shocked many Filipinos. It later inspired Filipino intellectuals and reformists known as the Ilustrados, including Jose Rizal, who dedicated his novel El Filibusterismo to Comburza. Because of this, the Cavite Mutiny and the execution of Comburza became an important event that awakened Filipino nationalism. The Spanish version of the Cavite Mutiny presented the event as a large conspiracy against Spain. However, as I've said earlier, many historians believe that this version was biased and exaggerated, which led to the unjust execution of Comburza and eventually contributed to the rise of Filipino nationalism.